Alright, what's going on, everybody? We're doing well today. Shout out to Neil Adams, one of the I just want to start this video off with that. One of the best artists, writers ever. Personally, if you're a fan of me, man, you gotta thank Neil Adams in big part, because one of the big books that got me back into comics was his omnibus on Batman. His Batman run is absolutely gorgeous, and explored plenty of the greatest things about the character. And recently Neil Adams passed. Rest in peace to him, and for giving us so much joy throughout the years. And, you know, my family, you know, kind of how I was raised, that, like, when people die, man, you celebrate them. So we're going to celebrate Neil Adams today. We're going to celebrate Batman today in the best way we know how, which is with goon shit and funny-ass moments and crazy moments in comics. So today, I'm bringing an iconic masterpiece that Neil Adams in part was responsible for, and that is the first ever beef between Batman and Ra's al Ghul. If you want to see your favorite character on the channel, or help donate in any way, hit me up on Discord, as well as you can join the server. It's perfectly free, and I hope to talk to you soon. Thank you guys so much for 17K. And again, shout out to Neil Adams. I hope this is an amazing video. Without further ado, let's talk about this beef. So, if you don't know who Batman is, Batman, obviously the Caped Crusader from Gotham, witnessed his parents' death early on. This really helped shape him into what's grown to be an archetypal hero in DC, and that is Batman, the protector of Gotham and seeker of justice. This man has gone on to learn everything, done everything, and is the sworn protector of not only Gotham, but basically Earth and all of reality, when he has to do that shit and when plot calls for it. You know the vibes. On the other side of our beef, we have Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul, head of the League of Assassins, is one of the most dangerous men to ever exist, thanks to diabolical creations like the Lazarus Pit, which is this source of basically immortality. However, the cost is every time you go for a dip, you get fucking crazy, right? So, Ra's al Ghul's been crazy, been around for hundreds of years, and is well known for being a serious thorn in the side of Batman, considering that his daughter, Bill Cosby, Batman, and made him have a baby with her. That shit really happened. Shout out my boy Damian Wayne for being the spawn of that incident. But yeah, Ra's al Ghul's always been known throughout the community as being a very dangerous character in the Batman mythos. But we need to take it back to their original beef. We need to take it back to the big fight that happened between the two. This is the first time they fought. It's in the Batman 200s from way early 70s. Shout out to Neil Adams for being a part of this. So this beef, of course, at this point, Batman's tough as shit, right? Like, he's one of the goats on Earth. Like, if you're talking about throwing hands, Batman's in the mix, right? Like, he's already up there, even though it's early 70s. And so word gets around to someone that, if you're really in the trenches, is considered one of the most dangerous, right? Ra's al Ghul, head of League of Assassins, one of the most dangerous assassins to ever walk this earth. So he finds out about Batman, right? And he's like, yo, there can only be one big dog. And he's like, check this out, pimp. I do hood rat shit with my friends, and I know you don't like that. You know, that it's like your job to hate on that shit. So here's the deal, right? We can find out who the big dog is right now. We can find out who really knows the vibes by dueling. Now, Batman, being a fucking savage, he's like, dude, I don't give a shit who you are. You want to throw the hands, we can throw the fucking hands. Name your terms. So, of course, terms are set, right? Batman is meant to meet up with Ra's al Ghul in basically a desert. They're gonna brawl with swords to see who the better fighter is, right? Like, who the victor is. And, you know, for those thinking, yo, Batman doesn't even use swords. Why would he show up to this shit? Batman's good with anything, dog. Like, he's a beast, alright? You know the vibes. But what was a big moment about this, too, is, and you're about to see in a bit, that it's... you don't want to piss off Batman. So, they eventually meet up, right? And Raish is like, Bats, you ready to scrap? Batman's like, of course, my boy, we can get it in right now. They start throwing hands. This was, and I want y'all to keep in mind when you see this art, this was 1971. This is gorgeous art for the time. Again, Neil Adams was a wizard. And these two get to dueling, they get to brawling, and it's a back and forth affair. Now, this is an interesting aspect to this beef I want y'all to consider. Ra's al Ghul for hundreds of years has been the big dog. He's been the bully. Like, runs up on you, gets his way type deal. However, in Batman, for the first time, and arguably a long-ass time, if not ever, he's being challenged. So at this point, the fact that Batman's been stalemating him literally all day in that desert, he's like, you know what? Damn this. I'm not risking it at this point because this boy's low-key built different. So Ra's decides, I gotta get this boy out of here, and gets him stung by a scorpion intentionally. Again, these dudes are like basically down to bare clothing, so they don't have any extra protection, so he knows he can get him stung like that. So Batman gets stung and starts slowly deteriorating and eventually collapses, right? Ra's al Ghul wins the duel, right? Like he's the W guy. So he's like, that's right, bitch. You lost. Get out of here. He dips, right? He's like, I'm the king. I'm the GOAT. Batman can't fuck with me. Batman eventually comes to and is like, dude, I was in the trenches. What happened to me? Like, he's devastated. He's like, there's no way this dude beat me. Like, I was in the pocket. I don't get why I suddenly went out like that. Eventually, he finds out that the boy was poisoned, right? Like, that he was intentionally led to get stung and eventually dropped. Like, it was a setup. It was not a clean win. There was cheating involved. Batman does not like cheaters, especially on this level where, you know, it's a big time duel. Like, this is a main event. These are big time names. This is a Madison Square Garden type fight. So he's like, yo, I'm not going out like this. Batman shows up pissed, right? Like, kicks the doors open of the establishment and is like, yo, where's that bitch Ra's al Ghul at? Now, what made Neil Adams, and again, smash the like button for my boy Neil, because he was just such a talented artist and story writer. He caught Batman perfectly. Batman has some, like, lines you don't cross, right? Like, he has some certain things really get to him. And fun fact, for a time, Neil Adams wrote Batman with Glocks, right? Like, Batman was out here toting the shit. It was dope. But anyways, getting back to this, he really, like, encapsulated pissed off Batman perfectly. Like, if you do Batman dirty, it's a rough night. So Batman shows up, he's pissed. He's like, yo, Ra's, you cheated like a bitch. Like, he's like, you know you can't beat me in a straight up 1v1. You ran from the smoke. You're a bitch. Ra's, he's with the people. He's with gang. He can't look like a hoe, guys. You know the principle. He's like, all right, Batman. He was like, first of all, W's a W. Kiss my ass. Let's run it back, though. Like, if you're really that mad. Long story short, they run the 1v1 back, and as expected, motivated, pissed off Batman's a mythical fighter. Beats up Ra's. Their first encounter, it was kind of obvious that despite Ra's having the experience factor, the longevity factor, all this, Batman's, like, his willpower and his commitment to the hustle, it's just unmatched. Like, and in their first encounter and throughout that sequence, it was kind of obvious that in that beef, despite Ra's cheating, Batman was the victor. Batman was really the big dog in the first beef. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think of both characters. Are you a Batman fan? Are you a Ra's fan? Who were you going for in this beef? If you didn't read this beef before their first encounter, who did you think would win? Let me know. Run the likes up for more beef videos. I absolutely love making beef videos, so if you want to see more, I'm happy to do so. Now, we actually have a mix of, like, comics and manga coming up. For example, we got Kenshiro, Guts, all that coming to the Goon videos. And I'm going to be honest, it's just a really fun ride we're about to go on. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Smash the like button if you haven't already. And check out my second channel, The Coffee Shop. But anyways, guys, this was Batman vs. Ra's al Ghul, the beef. If it gets enough likes, maybe I'll run back another time they beef. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know who you want to see next in the beef in the comment section. It's been your boy Jobbers and Goons, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.